My daughter suffered from severe heat sensitivity where even slightly high temperatures caused her entire body to swell and in extreme cases lead to suffocation, so I had always meticulously kept our home's AC strictly controlled at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. But on my daughter's birthday, my husband Liam's female secretary Chloe used the excuse of feeling cold to blast the AC up to 86 degrees Fahrenheit while I was out. My daughter's entire body quickly turned red and swollen. Ultimately, her throat swelled shut and she suffocated to death. I gathered the evidence, intending to call the police, but Liam locked me in the walk-in freezer instead. He wrapped his arm around Chloe, then spoke to me with a solemn, lecturing tone. Chloe just turned up the AC a little. You don't need to ruin her life over it. What happened to Sarah was just an accident. Just pretend it never happened. If you're willing to drop the charges, I'll let you out. Chloe, putting on an act, feigned distress and whined, Sister-in-law, I was only trying to help you. Giving birth to that freak was only dragging Liam down. I froze. It seemed that in the years Liam had been living off my family, he had completely forgotten who he was. I let out a cold laugh, then directly sent a message to my dad. Dad, please come pick me up in Silverwood. I'm going to make Liam vanish forever. After sending the text, I looked at Liam and said, Liam, I advise you to let me out now or you'll regret it. I glanced at the freezer's temperature. Liam had cranked it down to minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit. I was shivering uncontrollably in my thin clothes. My skin was already turning purple. If this continued, I would freeze to death. Hearing my words, Chloe covered her mouth, a cruel giggle escaping. Sister-in-law, at a time like this, are you still trying to threaten Liam? She poked Liam's chest with her finger, feigning concern for him. Liam, I really feel sorry for you. She's just a housewife who relies on you. What right does she have to threaten you? A flicker of guilt flashed in Liam's eyes, but when he saw me glaring at him, he scoffed coldly. Alice, hand over the evidence, and I'll let you out immediately. My eyes widened, and I slammed my fist against the freezer door. Evidence? Why should I hand over the evidence? She knew Sarah had severe heat sensitivity. She killed our daughter. Sarah suffocated to death, choked by her own body. As Sarah's father, are you actually protecting a murderer? Liam's eyes darted away, but he still spoke with cold indifference. Don't bring Sarah's illness into this. If it weren't for your faulty genes, would Sarah have turned into such a freak? My eyes burned with fury as I stared at him, unable to believe that our daughter, whom I'd loved for years, was now called a freak by her own father. Besides, you lost your daughter, but if you accuse Chloe, her mother will lose her too. Pa, I spat, cutting Liam off before he could finish. Stop feeding me this garbage. There's nothing wrong with my genes. She murdered my daughter, and she will pay for it with her life. Liam looked at me with a face full of disappointment. Alice, when did you become so selfish and terrifying? He shook his head, then picked up a covered box next to him and unveiled it. If you continue to be so stubborn, don't blame me if I toss our daughter's ashes. And I had someone look into it. They said it's bad luck for a child to die at home. Her ashes are supposed to be disposed of. As he finished speaking, I finally realized the box he was holding was Sarah's urn. I stared at him in shock, as if this husband I had lived with for 8 years was a complete stranger. For this woman, you're threatening me with our daughter's ashes. As I looked at Liam, my eyes were already filled with nothing but disappointment. He had been a penniless guy back then. To be with him, I defied my father's wishes and resolutely followed him to Silverwood to build our lives together. I leveraged every connection and resource I had to elevate his company to where it was today. After our lives stabilized, we decided to have a child. To have Sarah, I endured countless hardships, forcing down bitter medicines without a second thought. After Sarah was born, and we learned about her heat sensitivity, Liam had tenderly held me and Sarah, promising he would protect me and our daughter forever. Yet those